Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. You will learn how to easily build a Webflow website with libraries. You have all the link in description. Let's go. To start with the very first step, Webflow is not classical website builder like a Squarespace or Wix or whatever. This is a development tool, okay? They missed a little about it in their marketing, but if you have your startup, you just start your business and you are not a developer or whatever, keep in mind Webflow, this is for highly customed website, okay? This is just a visual development tool. So this is not easy at all. There are a lot of things to keep in mind and to custom inside the website. So we have the big part, the visual part, but when you go to the QA of your website, there are a lot of little things that takes a lot of time, like 50% of the time of the development to do the verification and the specifications. Fortunately, Webflow has components. So with that components, we will build very easily first website to start your business, to start with fast with landing pages. But you have to know some tricks and the order of doing it that I will show you today, and the best practice and for your SEO as well. And to have a great structure, and with that, and understand this structure, and when you will have to hire a developer to gain time, of course, this will 10x the time for your business and not spending on the website, because of course, a Webflow developer will go very, very fast. The first thing to do is to understand that the robots of Google has to read what is on your website. And this is very important to start with that. And the standard today is to go with the client first by Finsweet, okay? This is a CSS framework, okay? This is guidelines to build your website, okay? But what is interesting today for us and to go fast is to get the clonable. So you go on finsweet.com/client first and you click to get the clonable, okay? So we are here on Webflow. Of course, you already have your workspace on Webflow. You have the subscription. If you have no Webflow account, you have a link below the video. So you have your account, everything is good. You go on this website, then you go to the client first clonable. You will clone it in Webflow, okay? So you click here on clone in Webflow, you clone the website, you go on your workspace, okay, on your dashboard. Then once in your dashboard, you will see you have multiple projects like this, okay? And you have your client first here, okay? What I suggest is you click here on the three dots and you duplicate the project, okay? So you have a blank template for the client first if you want a blank template for the future. And then you will go on the copy, okay? Okay, so the best practice and the process to build a website, of course, is to have the content ready. So be sure you have your content ready, text, images, illustration, photography, videos, everything, okay? You know what you will put on your website. So you can skip this step to go very fast and be in the execution part, okay? But here is how you have to normally do it. So you go on the three dots here. Okay, so now that you are on settings, you will just fill everything, okay? So you have general, so rename, you can have a more clear subdomain here. You can put it in a folder, okay? Here you have the favicon. You have to think about the localization. This is very important. The language code, this is very important. You have to fill everything. So you go on members, publishing, plans, billing, SEO, take the plans and billing you need, of course, to host the website. You have the libraries too. When you are in fonts, upload your fonts. So if you have Google Fonts, download the Google Fonts from Google, okay? And download the variable fonts, okay? So you have just one file to upload. This is here, custom fonts, and you validate it. The reason is because you just have one file that will do everything for you on your website, and it's less than have multiple files, of course, and this is more versatile to do things on your website. Just an advice, never use Adobe fonts, okay, or you will be stuck in Adobe fonts. If you use Adobe fonts, go directly to the foundry, okay, and buy from them, okay, the fonts. Don't go with Adobe. You will be in a trap, and if you are a web designer, you will have all your projects that can be read by other customers to each other, and this is not what you want. Okay, now you have everything ready in your settings. You can go to the libraries in Webflow, okay? What is libraries? Libraries, this is what we call components, so this is sections, parts of websites that are ready to use. They are, for most of them, using the client-first system. So this is using the best practice for the web. And you have a lot of elements. What you have to be care about for libraries is to stick to one library. The reason is they use something that we call class names, and this is unique to each library. So if you have multiple elements from different libraries, you have to rename everything and modify everything, and this is very time consuming, and it will be a mess in your website. Your website will be heavier with a lot of class names in the CSS, and this is very bad practice. So take the time to explore properly the libraries and to see what sticks and what is purposeful for your business and your ID. Okay, and stick to it. Okay, today we will go with untitled UI. You click on it. So Webflow libraries, it's here on libraries. Okay, you have libraries, you have made in Webflow. This is a lot of elements created by the community. This is free. There is a tons of things and guys that do amazing work to share special stuff, like 3D stuff or pre-built components that they made. You have the apps that can be useful for you to go, and we have the libraries, of course, and the templates if you need. Now we are here and we will install the library. So we click on install. So you choose your workspace, okay? And so here I have here my copy, okay? So I choose here to install the library in this project. So we are in this project. Copy of template, okay, and install. Okay, this is successfully added to the project. So we come back to the project, we go into the designer. So we have opened the copy of the project where we have now the library. This is the designer, okay? This is different from the editor. The editor is here to edit text, images, CMS on the website without touching the layout, the design, okay? So this is very good for marketing teams or you if you want quick modifications. And here we are in the designer dashboard. So you go there on add an element. You go to layout, and here we have the installed library, okay? So how the client first works, okay? So we have here the page wrapper, the main wrapper. So Google, we know that here we have, you can see on the right tag main, we have the content inside. So the robots know they have to read inside the main to read the content. So the footer and the navigation bar will not be in the main wrapper, okay? Because robots don't care about what inside nav bar and footer. So you open everything. There is a lot of what we call div blocks. Okay, this is the square here. This is the HTML part here on the left. And on the right, this is CSS part and other parameters for animation, etc. We are in the main wrapper. In the main wrapper, you can delete it. Okay, home message component. We don't care. We have the main wrapper. Okay, we will see another thing that is the style guide. Okay, so style guide, This is something that will never published, okay? It's always in draft here. And inside you can style everything, okay, you need, okay? All the elements that is already with the client first template, okay? So you can pick up here the things you need and copy paste into your website, found things here. So you can, here you click on H1, for example, you go on the right, you go on the style selector, okay? You click once. The purple one class is to set up everything, okay, on the top. So you click here, you can see here it's in purple, okay? So you will modify every H1 and things like this, okay? You can do the same, you have the styles, here it's in blue, so it has a class in the right, okay? And the class permits you to have specific parameters for this element. It can be anything, okay? It can be a title, it can be a text, a link, whatever. This is to have parameters specific to a block. So you don't have set up everything in the style guide, okay? Just set up what you need. And in the future, maybe you will have the elements ready to modify if you need it, okay? So we come back to the home, okay? And now we can start our website. The library are very powerful. So we have the untitled UI. Of course, all the projects has one, and this is the Webflow one, okay, that you can use here. You can just go here and see what is it about by curiosity. So you have to click here, untitled UI, and you have here every element, okay? You need to build a website. This is one with 2 or more hundred elements. This is very, very holistic to build your website. We start, of course, with the navbar. So you select the navbar, the one you need. So maybe we will go with this one, okay? So I handle the mouse, okay? I put it not in the main wrapper, but outside, okay? Here. Now I have my navigation bar, okay? And as you see, as I told you before, you have to stick with one library as much as possible, because you see here on the right, you have UUI, okay? And this is a problem because every agencies or people that is building libraries put their own names for the class, okay? So if you put different libraries, you will have a ton of class for the same things that are different, and this is a very big problem when you build a website. It will be just a big mess, it will slow your website, so just stick with one, and you will not be lost when you have to change something, okay? So here we already have a very nice navbar, okay? So we go with another element, okay? So we go not with the footer, we will go with it later. So hero section, we need a hero section for websites. So we take anyone that is good here, we take it, up, and this one we will put it in the main wrapper, okay? Because we have the content, our H1 and things like this, okay? We have our buttons, so we have a great start. Okay, so now we will continue to put things. So just be careful because you can have a little trouble that is here. So you can reduce, of course, the window here, the tab, sorry. Maybe we will put like feature section, okay? Like this, okay? So you click on it, okay, and you put it here. There is a problem. Why? Because when we click on it and not drag, okay, we had another section selected. So it puts the element inside this section, inside the div block, okay, in another div block. Okay, so to be sure to not to do it, Donc you can Control Z, okay, it's very easy, or you have the arrows here to back and forth the design. You have a backup system, so don't fear, don't worry about it. It will be okay. So we make sure we are in the main wrapper. We have the section here. We click on the main wrapper and we add the other element, okay? So here I will put the elements I had, this one, if I remember well. And now you see it's perfectly installed, okay? You have the margins, the paddings, everything is good. Okay, and now we have two sections, okay? This is important that here it is sections, okay? And here you can see if it's well made, you go here and you see the tag is section. So the browser and the navigator and the robots, Google, everything, see that this is a section, okay? So we click again on main wrapper, we go on other sections. So I will accelerate this part and we go directly for other details right now. Okay, great. Now we have a full homepage. Okay, so we just have to take the footer, okay, and we will do the same as the navbar. So where are the footers? Up. So right now I'm drag and dropping, so not in the main wrapper. So you can drag and drop and you see there is a highlight on the main wrapper, okay? This is because it will be inside the main wrapper, but I want it in the page wrapper, okay? So I just go a little bit more on the left. If I go more on the left, it's inside the body, okay? So I put it there, okay? If I close the main wrapper, it's not in the main wrapper, okay? And we have here on the right, the tag footer, okay? This is important to have, so the robots know this is the footer and there is informations that we put generally in footers. And this is not the content for the main content for SEO. This is important for accessibility too, for people that cannot see with readers, with things like this. So the robots can, and the softwares can read the website properly in the order, okay? So they know the content is here, etc. Okay, for navigating, for a lot of things, this is very important. This is things that we don't see, but when we build a website, we have, as a developer, to think about a lot of different people, okay, that cannot see, like others, that has to hear the content of the website and cannot see the website. We have a lot of things to think about it. So what is great with libraries and components, this is that it's responsive, okay? So here I added a banner, I put some logos here for reinsure, okay? We have the whole website here, okay? And you can see this is responsive, okay? You have everything here, horizontal mobile phone. So you can see here, if I do this, so it's a little bit laggy because I'm recording at the same time, but this is very fluid. Webflow they optimize a lot the software. So you can see this is everything ready, even on very, very tiny phones, okay? Once you've done it, you have to connect, of course, your website with your domain. You will find in the right here, your domain, okay? You will have custom domain, but you need a hosting plan. But to test, okay, when you do modification on the website and you have your website live on your domain, you can just check this, okay? This is not published, you will publish it, okay? This is the domain test, okay? But every time you finish your modification, okay, and your website is live with your main domain, always unpublish it, okay? When you do modification, you make sure it's checked only on the Webflow URL and to unpublish it, okay, every time, because if you publish it, Google will see the both websites and you will have duplicated content, and we want duplicated content on internet. So now it's published, you can see the website, and we have a fully working website, very professional, okay? See how the menu is working, okay? Now we will go in details just to parameter everything. Okay, hop, it's working. I actualize, hop, and I have this coming back. Okay, so you don't need fancy animations here. I will show in a future video how to make this a little bit more animated, very easily into Webflow. We have hover states for buttons. Okay, we have everything. We have the contact form. Of course, in the settings of the website, this is where you will parameter the email for the contact form. Okay, we have the footer that is working. We have everything we need for a beautiful website. We have social links. Okay, but now how to link to other pages and modify everything. So to modify, for example, the color of the banner, you click on the banner, okay? So it will open blocks on the left, and just look at where it is the pink color for the background color. So it will be here, into background, you have image and gradient, okay? Just take it, you have the color here, okay? It's selected for the left side. Okay, and you just modify it, hop, and we have a beautiful gradient, and we have modified it, as you see here. Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, once you want it to publish, you open here and you publish. When you publish your main website, as a reminder, minify everything: SSL, minify HTML, and JS, and you publish, of course. Okay, this is an important reminder. If you want to change a picture, you click on the picture, you click there, you click on replace image, and here we can replace with whatever we want. Okay, so I click here on the woman, and here I have the new image. Okay, you can do the same everywhere. For the links, you click here on the button. Okay, you click here, and you have the choice here. So now we see we have the sections that already has an ID. So you can click here, for example, for the section part. Okay, and now when I will click on the button, I will go on the section directly. Okay, if you want it, oh, I clicked on the text. If you want it for URL, for example, you put the URL here. You can choose to open it in a new tab or not. You can choose directly a page. Okay, you will have your pages here. For the emails, okay, you have to put here email, so the email is clickable, or here a phone number is clickable, okay, or you can attach a file directly if you want people download a file. Okay, so if you want another page now, you can create a new page here. Okay, you can also, so I will not create a new page, but you have all the informations. You have the page name, you have the slug. The slug is the URL that is very important for what we call the sitemap. Okay, so it needs to be clear, okay, about what it is. And the most important is to always have this for SEO ready. Okay, the title tag, you see a preview here. Okay, this will appear like this in the Google search. Okay, and the meta description. Okay, this is very important. You have here, they provide you some tips. Okay, donc don't hesitate to read those questions marks. And here you have it. If you want a page that's not appearing into Google search, you can go below and find exclude this page from site search results. Okay. Now you have the four. Okay, here you can put code, of course, directly into the page. So I discard changes. What I can see too, if I have the same layout for other pages, it's better to click on the page here. Okay, I open the page and I can duplicate the page directly. Okay, so I duplicate the page, I create another home, create, and I have the home copy. So this accelerates, of course, the build. Very important to do not forget the 404 page. Okay, just it's already like this, but you can put your colors or things like this. This is nice to have. And this is pretty much it. Now you can have a landing page website. For the CMS, I will not talk about CMS because it will be a very too long video. But now you can see in just few clicks, literally in like less than 1 hour, you have a very professional website with very high quality design. Okay, here you can put your logo. Don't fear to just delete things. Okay, because you can always do Ctrl+Z, come back, you see, I delete things, I want it, I click, it's the box, okay, it's good. You verify that it's good on every devices, okay, and you change the images by your pictures here. For pictures, one tips here, so you can create files, okay, to just properly set your images together and not do a mess, okay, to be organized. So you can upload here your pictures, okay, click on upload. And one thing that is very important for most of pictures, of course, is to compress your picture. So you can do it before, like with any software like I Love Images, Tiny Pictures, etc. But here you can select a picture or multiple picture, okay? So I can do it with that, but Webflow has a compressor inside. And what is amazing with that, it changed the format of the picture to WebP format. This is the best format for pictures. Sometimes it can be very compressed, and so you have just to check the quality of the picture. Maybe it will be better to keep it in PNG, for example, but do not forget to compress your picture, okay? And you can bulk compress your pictures. So this is it. So now you have a very awesome website, okay? It can be like the website of any startup that raised $10 million. So you can do it like this for every type of businesses, and you can be ready in less than 1 hour. This is very fast for this quality of websites and for what you will be able in the future, okay? Because it's better, maybe it's a little bit more difficult to start with Webflow because you can do a lot of things, and this is a development tools, okay? Not just a simple drag and drop, even if I show you how to do it like this, but it's future proof. You have a lot of security and you will be able to scale and have an agile website for the future. So just going for this solution, I think it's the best on the market right now. I will do a more video about different areas for beginners into Webflow. So if you appreciated the video, just like and subscribe to not miss the future video. And I wish you an amazing day and see you later. Bye bye.